and safe for patients and medical professionals, meeting the highest standards for accuracy and performance. In the dynamic landscape of academic excellence, the UGC has recognized our contributions, entitling our university as one with potential for excellence in biomedical engineering and instrumentation. With its substantial grant of 23.5 crores, we have developed state-of-the-art facilities that cater to all the needs of medical device development within our university. Our achievements have garnered recognition, and we have partnered with esteemed organizations, hospitals, and medical equipment manufacturers. Our partnerships and MOUs have resulted in the creation of new medical devices and training programs for medical professionals. Our students are integral to our research and development efforts, and their contributions have been recognized with several accolades. The innovative ideas and hard work put in by our students have helped the department stay at the forefront of medical technology and research. The students have also gone on to produce stellar careers, with their future endeavors resulting in added pride and prestige for our department. Recently, we celebrated the Silver Jubilee of our Center for Medical Electronics, marking 25 years of our continuous efforts in research and development. And now, we have bloomed into our own department at the College of Engineering, Guindy, Anna University, in order to further advance and accelerate our work in the field of biomedical engineering. Welcome to the Department of Biomedical Engineering, where we nurture our biomedical engineers to become the pioneers of the future and to provide the best solutions to local and global healthcare and societal needs.
Thank you. Dr. Swaminadan is a world-renowned Indian medical scientist on infectious diseases, well known for her expensive lifetime multidisciplinary work on tuberculosis and its control. She was also in the limelight for her seminal contribution in the global control of COVID as senior scientist in WHO. As Director General of ICMR and Secretary of Department of Health Research between 2015 to 2017, she steered the medical research of her country, and fittingly on 9th July this year, she was appointed as Principal Advisor at Union Ministry of Health and Family Welfare for the National Tuberculosis Elimination Program. Currently, she is the chairman of M.S. Swaminadan Research Foundation, founded by her father, Bharat Ratna, and father of Green Revolution of her country, Dr. M.S. Swaminadan. Here is a glimpse of her illustrious career, many prestigious national and international affiliation, recognitions, and awards. Her academic qualification, MBBS from Armed Force Medical College, Pune, MD in Pediatrics from All India Institute of Medical Science, New Delhi, Diplomate of the National Board from National Board of Examination, Postdoctoral Medical Fellowship in Neonatology and Pediatric Pulmonology at Children's Hospital, Los Angeles, Keck School of Medicine of USA. Positions in the recent and past: Chief Scientist at the World Health Organization, WHO 2019 to 2022, Deputy Director General for Programs at WHO from 2017 to 2019, Secretary of the Government of India for Health Research and Director General of Indian Council of Medical Research from 2015 to 2017, Coordinator of the UNICEF, UNDP, World Bank, WHO Special Program for Research and Training in Tropical Disease between 2009 to 2011. Her accomplishment for few, over 450 pre-reviewed publications and book chapters, developed and coordinated research programs that translated into impactful health policies, played a crucial role during the COVID-19 pandemic, particularly in setting up COVAX for equitable vaccine distribution, focused on building research capacity in Indian medical schools and fostering South Partnership in Health Sciences, key coordinator to the Global TB and HIV Research and Policies TDR. Awards and honors of her: elected Foreign Fellow of the U.S. National Academy of Medicine, Fellow of the Academy of Medical Sciences of the UK, Fellow of all 3 Science Academies in India, Honorary Doctorate from EPFL, Lausanne and the London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine, Adjunct Professor at Karolinska Institute, Sweden and Tufts University, USA. We are very honored to have you, Madam. May I now request our distinguished guest of honor, Dr. Soumya Swaminathan, Principal Advisor, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, to inaugurate the Department of Biomedical Engineering and to deliver the inaugural address.
Very good morning to all of you, and thank you, Dr. Shashikala, for inviting me to be with you today, and congratulations on this very happy occasion of the inauguration of the Department of Biomedical Engineering. We can see that the work that has been done over the last 15 years or so already is a tremendous amount of work, and we can see displayed here many of the innovations that have now resulted in commercialization of technologies which are providing a lot of benefits already to patients and to society in general. So I think it is the right time that you are now becoming a full-fledged department, and I wish that you continue to contribute in the same way as you have done in the past. The needs today are very high, and so it is very good to see that the way that the department has engaged with the community, particularly the medical fraternity, the doctors, the nurses, and the patients, to find out what the needs are, because very often there is a gap between what the real need is and what is actually being developed. And sometimes, or for a long time in the past, we were dependent on technologies that are developed somewhere else in the world, and then we are trying to use it here. And often it is not at all appropriate for our own conditions, both in terms of the climatic conditions that we have, but also in terms of affordability and the also the robustness of the equipment. Let's take the water. Excuse me. So I think the approach of the department, which has been to respond to the needs of whether it is physicians or patients, this is also a reflection of the environment we live in, with a lot of infections and other pollutants. if you really look at the health challenges that we face today, they are very multifactorial and range from infectious diseases. Tuberculosis was mentioned, but we also have a number of emerging and re-emerging infections. You would have heard about the outbreaks of leptospirosis in many places, of Nipah virus in Kerala, of the Chandipura virus in Gujarat. So a lot of zoonotic infections. And so one of the challenges, I think, for the future is the monitoring and surveillance of both known and unknown infections and in animals, which are mostly circulating in animals. And then once in a while you see that there is a jump from the animal species to the humans, either directly or indirectly. And once the virus acquires the capacity to transmit from human to human, then it becomes very transmissible and can sometimes be very dangerous. We are seeing avian flu H5N1 circulating among cattle farms in the US, and of course a lot of other infections like Zika, which have been known for a few years, but for the first time recently there is a description of a Zika actually causing a progressive neurological illness in adults. So far it was known to cause congenital microcephaly affecting the fetus if a pregnant woman gets infected, but now from Pune there is a report that it can also cause a neurological illness in adults. So we're constantly actually learning about how these infectious agents are also adapting, and therefore research has to continue. We cannot ever assume that we know everything about a particular infection, because the bacteria, viruses and fungi, they are also continuing to evolve and adapt. As we saw in COVID, even today we see new variants of COVID continuously emerging, and thereby every few months you get a new wave of infection due to a new strain or a variant of COVID. Of course, science and technology was what came to our rescue during the pandemic, and it is only because the science was able to advance very rapidly and we were able to find the right tools, the diagnostic tests, point of care tests, so that everybody could test themselves, the vaccines, number of different platforms, new platforms that we have now using for vaccine development, which were not available to us before, and also a few drugs, though the drug development actually was the one that was lagging behind. At the same time, we also saw the tremendous requirement for things like personal protective equipment. And world over, you saw that there was a huge gap for the needs of personal protective equipment, and we also saw that India was able to rapidly increase the manufacturing and output of things like PPE, masks, gloves and so on, but also biomedical equipment, oxygen, different types of oxygen, and it was very amazing to see around the world what a big gap there was between supply and demand of oxygen. And it had existed in the past. It was not recognized. Nobody had actually put a light on the need of oxygen. Though oxygen is a life-saving product, a life-saving drug, and whether it is pneumonia or other conditions, you know, everybody from newborns to older people actually need oxygen. But it was only COVID that brought out the great nature of this life-saving drug, and the fact that there was such a shortage and there was such a maldistribution of oxygen in health facilities. So hopefully we have learned some of the lessons from that. But one of the side effects of the COVID pandemic, I feel, is the overuse of plastic, because everything became disposable. And that trend has continued. And if you really look at the data, you will find that the use of plastic and the amount of plastic that is now thrown into the environment has gone up tremendously. And one of that we know is one of the most damaging things for our environment. So I think one of the real needs is to develop materials which are biodegradable, where we can replace some of this non-biodegradable plastic actually with materials that can be degraded. So I hope research is going on in that area over here. The other area is in climate change and its impact on health. All the way from heat to flooding to the impact on our crops and food systems. And the people, the impact of climate change and the climate hazards on people's lives and livelihoods, we can see it all around us. Last year, almost every day of the year, there was one climate disaster in some part of the country. Either it was excessive rainfall, it was flooding, it was heat waves, or it was drought, or it was a cyclone. So almost on every day, if you take the whole country, we had some disaster somewhere. And so I think that is going to be one of our biggest challenges for the future. And so, again, looking at biomedical engineering and how to anticipate and think about solutions, whether it is technology solutions to protect against heat. As you know, most of our people cannot afford air conditioning. The kind of housing we have built is also not very climate friendly. Today's modern architecture is not climate friendly, unlike our traditional architecture. There's very poor ventilation, and particularly for the poorer sections of society, the kind of housing and the environment they live in makes them extremely susceptible to the impact of prolonged heat. And as wet bulb temperatures continue to rise, particularly in coastal cities where the humidity is very high, the impact on the human body, the impact on functioning, and even the impact on life are going to be seen more and more. So we need really to think about technologies, including housing materials, including ways of ventilation and of personal protection, of being able to protect yourself from heat, protect yourself from air pollution, water contamination, all of these things. How do you find out when it is a risk, and what do you do actually to resolve that? And we need it, of course, we need it to be affordable, we need it to be eco-friendly, and it should not be adding further to the problems. For example, air conditioning. Many of us, of course, use it, but as a solution, it's a very bad solution because it is actually giving off even more heat. Urban areas are particularly impacted because of the urban heat island effect. And research has shown that blue-green spaces in cities can actually reduce the temperatures by at least 3 to 4 degrees. Similarly, having the rooftop greening, white reflective paint. So there are many things which have been shown to be in small experiments to be effective, but we need to make this into a much bigger movement. So I think Anna University is in a very good position, being one of the very premier and well-respected universities in the country, to take a lead and really look, even though this is biomedical engineering, why is it relevant? Because many of these things I'm talking about actually have impact on human health. So even if it is indirect, it could still be a solution that really helps people. Similarly, I think we saw in the film some of the products which are helping the disabled and so on. With the increase in lifespan, people living longer, we are going to need more and more assistive technologies, whether it is hearing aids, whether it is spectacles, whether it is a cane, whether it is a mobility device. We are going to need assistive devices, and globally there is a huge shortage. It is estimated that about 2 billion people globally need an assistive device, and less than 1/10 of them actually have access to it. So there is a very big need, a very big market, a very big demand which is unmet. And again, I think India can take the lead in producing medical devices, assistive devices, which are affordable and they are suited for our local conditions, and they can be used not only in India but around the world. Just like our pharmaceutical industry has made generic drugs available to people who otherwise would not have been able to afford, the same thing can happen also with biomedical devices and with assistive devices. So I hope that this department will continue to grow from strength to strength, and that with the support of the Vice Chancellor of the university taking a lead and really bringing other institutions along as a consortium, I think in Chennai at least we can take the lead to show how we can use science and technology for societal benefit. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Madam, for the thought-provoking words you joyous note, may I now invite our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. R. Velraj, to deliver the felicitating address.
Good afternoon. Sorry, good morning. I join with the Biomedical Department Director, HOD, to welcome Dr. Swaminadan, who has agreed to inaugurate this department. It's a very important department in the university. Till now it was with the electronics department. I can say in the whole university, these 4 colleges, now the importance is very much in the biomedical department. The research and potential for product development is very high in this department. And because of Dr. Sankaran and Dr. Ravindran, Dr. Kumaravel, all these eminent professors, they have put lot of seed to develop this particular field, and some 5 years or 7 years ago, 5 to 6 years, our Government of India gave a massive grant through University Potential for Excellence. So that time this biomedical department, that is, it was as a division of electronics department, they started joining with all the other departments in the university. So thanks to Dr. Sankaran, who had initiated very good work to join all the departments, additive manufacturing, instrumentation, biotechnology, all these departments, they joined together, and their strength got increased afterwards. And I am projecting only the biomedical department only in many forums to showcase our potential. So next only the drone and the energy environment sustainability. I am very happy that Dr. Swaminadan, she mentioned about this green revolution required, and through green ecosystem only we can curtail everything, and requirement can be, the sustainable ecosystem can be brought. So in this juncture I want to tell, though this technology is growing in a faster rate, the disaster is also growing in a much faster rate. The technology for human comfort is, our engineers are providing. But at the same time, the disaster level is more than the progressive growth. So for which all the engineers should have the mindset of the sustainability. So for which all the effects, what all they require. that every engineer should understand about the sustainability along with their field. Otherwise, the disaster level, finally it will be to human health. To human health. That is why this field is getting power, because of all the damage engineers have done all these years, all these 200 years. Now the requirement is more for health. So all these years the agriculture was important, energy was important, water was important. Now the health became more important because all these engineers have made a lot of damage to the environment. Now this environment is giving danger to this human health. So this biomedical department became more important in these days. And so our responsibility is to make a smart instrumentation in the biomedical field. Our country, very few people. I am seeing all this healthcare instrumentation available in the very good hospitals. Our country is spending a lot of money. Anything small innovation means the money involved is some 100-fold, 200-fold. So our very big hospitals are getting instruments from outside the country with a very high cost. Then that expenditure is forced by the citizens of this country. 1 or 2% people can afford to have that kind of testing and all. So our responsibility is low-cost biomedical instrumentation. Low-cost biomedical instrumentation is the need of the hour. Otherwise, it's very difficult for our whole country. The mass is having the less average income group people only. For them, health we can provide through low-cost instrumentation. Nowadays, those people who are having good monitoring facility, their lifestyle you can prolong even more than 100. But those who are not having this monitoring facility, their lifestyle is short. Because it's all, the whole world is polluted, the damage to the human health is very high. So if there is no monitoring, because our system, human system has a lot of small organs, if one organ fails also, the whole system finally cannot be useful. So we need to monitor, like any industrial industries, we need to monitor, then only the whole system will be safe. Like that, now it is responsibility that society should provide for all human beings for monitoring. The monitoring is possible only through healthcare instrumentation, for which the biomedical instrumentation role will be very high in the coming days. I request all the faculty members, students who are in this field and the allied field, even the faculty members and students from other field also can join in this field to augment the research outcome from this field, because in the coming days, the most important field will be the biomedical instrumentation. Biomedical instrumentation. Everybody will require some small varying monitoring systems. So many instruments required to monitor our whole systems. So for which low-cost instrumentation, that I am again and again telling. So product innovation, our center is doing already through NHHID and Biomedical Instrumentation Department, Center, Department, everything, they all should work together so that it is possible. Already that connect is made in this department, in the university. Very good connect among the department is established only in this department. So other department also I am requesting to follow this model for enhancing their research. So I'm sure definitely in the coming years this department will do lot of wonders in this country. I'm sure there's for healthcare, this Madras city is the hub. So opportunity is also very high. Most of the people in the whole world, they are coming for treatment to Chennai city. Chennai city has medical tourism. All the potentials are high. And Dr. Sankaran's effort, we also got NHHID, and very good hospitals are there in the Chennai city. So we are able to attract even foreigners for medical treatment. When such an opportunity is there, the education side we can make revolution, and low-cost instrumentation will be the order of the near future. I once again request all the faculty members, teachers who have assembled from this department and from the other departments to give your focus on this field for the benefit of the society, Indian society. I thank once again Dr. Soumya Swaminathan, who is pioneer in this field. Their family, they have been contributing from the agricultural field to health field and all fields. Now sustainability is very important for them. I am also associated with their organization in participating in the executive committee meeting. Their contribution to this country is immense. So I am very thankful. She has taken time to inaugurate this new department. My blessings, and I pray God for this department to grow greater heights and to contribute for this Indian development and for the benefit of all Indians. This department should contribute in a bigger way. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for the wonderful words of inspiration and encouragement. We now wish to honor them. May I now request our founder and former director, Center for Medical Electronics, Dr. G. Ravindran sir, to join the dignitaries on the dais. I invite Dr. S. Pulmurali, new director, Center for Medical Electronics, to join the dignitaries on the dais. Sir has been instrumental in starting the undergraduate and postgraduate program. He has won several awards and honors. He has more than 200 publications in international journals and conferences and one patent to his credit. Now, I request our esteemed chief guest to honor Dr. G. Ravindran, founder and former director, Center for Medical Electronics, Anna University, Chennai. May I now request our former director, Center for Medical Electronics, Dr. N. Kumaravel sir, to join the dignitaries on the dais. He has served as the first CT scan engineer in Institute of Neurology, Madras Medical College for the period of 5 years. He has more than 100 research publications in peer-reviewed journals and one patent to its credit. May I now request our esteemed chief guest to honor our beloved former director, Dr. N. Kumaravel, Professor of Eminence, Department of ECE, CEG, Anna University, Chennai. Thank you, madam. At this juncture, we are honored to acknowledge the tremendous contribution of the former director, Dr. S. Muthan and Dr. S. Shenbagadevi, in their absentia. We also take this opportunity to deeply acknowledge the immense contribution of Professor Dr. K. Shankaran and Professor Dr. T. Tyagarajan, former coordinator of NHHID. Thank you. I request our head of the Department of Biomedical Engineering, Dr. M. Sashikala, to honor our Vice Chancellor, Dr. R. Velraj, with a bouquet and a memento. Thank you, madam. I would like to invite our founder of Center for Medical Electronics, Dr. G. Ravindran sir, to share a few words.
Dignitaries in the dais and my friends on the auditorium. I am extremely happy. It's really a day for me in my life. Normally a farmer plants a tree expecting or yields only in the, not in his lifetime, only in the next generation or second generation. but individually and those times nobody.
So that is read by this person, shown by this small device, and has been now made into an automatic. We have to culture right there in the medicine. So when it knows the presence of antibiotic, if it will produce a 30 locus larger factor, which is 6 hours.
6 hours.
So we have technology transfer, 6 work PhD, technology transfer.
Yes. The function per day on 150 tests.
All for different bacteria.
Different bacteria, gram positive and gram negative. Recently we even reported 9 hours, everything matched, and also we did an audit of identification of which we got that identified number.
In 6 hours you're
In 6 hours.
How to go for commercial. So they are taking it up. And this thing is very okay. This is 6 hours growth, let us say. I have not brought the bacteria. So you put it and then you'll get a
less
pattern
than a
like
minute
this.
we will be able to
The
get
green is what
the
I was about to push that. So the green, this report is now for 3 or 4 years it has been now tested.
Phone பண்ணுங்க.
Wednesday, I do the TV and செக் 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 செக்
அன்றைக்கும் அதே மாதிரி தான் யார் பார்த்தனாலும் தெரியும். அதுக்கப்புறம் யாருக்கு ஜோஸ் அது வந்து ஃபோட்டோ எடுத்து போட்டு விட்டது. இது யார் ட்ரைப்பரே கிடையாது, புதிய தலைமுறை பேர் ஒட்டி இருக்கு, யாரும் பேசல. ஆனந்த் சார் கொஞ்சம் லாங் ஓகே ஆடி செக் ஓகேவா? ஓகேவா? ஓகே ஓகே.
அண்ணா யூனிவர்சிட்டியில் டிபார்ட்மெண்ட் ஆஃப் பயோமெடிக்கல் இன்ஜினியரிங் இன்னைக்கு இனாகரேட் பண்ணுறது ஒரு ரொம்ப நல்ல விஷயம், நம்மளுக்கு ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமாக இருக்குது. ஆக்சுவலாக பயோமெடிக்கல் இன்ஜினியரிங்கிறது இட்ஸ் வெரி இம்பார்ட்டண்ட் ஃபார் அஸ் இன் ஆர் டே டு டே லைஃப்ஸ். அது என்னன்னு பார்த்தோம்னா லாட் ஆஃப் மெடிக்கல் டெக்னாலஜிஸ் நம்ம நாட்டில் வந்து இம்போர்ட் பண்ணி தான் நம்ம யூஸ் பண்ணுறோம். நீங்கள் ஒரு ஹாஸ்பிட்டலுக்கு போனீங்களான்னா யூ வில் சி அங்கே அந்த ஐசியூவில் 99% எக்விப்மெண்ட் அது இம்போர்ட்டடாக இருக்கும். இதில் வந்து காஸ்ட் ரொம்ப அதிகமாக ஆயிடுறது. சாதாரண பேஷண்ட்டுக்கு ரொம்ப ரொம்ப கஷ்டம் அதை அஃபோர்ட் பண்ணுறது. ஸோ அது ஒரு ரீசன் வை இண்டிஜினஸ் டெக்னாலஜிஸ் வி நீட். ரெண்டாவது வந்து நம்ம கிளைமேட்டிக் கண்டிஷன்ஸ், இருக்கிற லிவிங் கண்டிஷன்ஸ், இது எல்லாமே இட் இஸ் டிஃப்ரெண்ட். ஸோ அங்கே வெஸ்ட்டில் இன்வென்ட் பண்ணுற டெக்னாலஜிஸ் மெஷின்ஸ் எல்லாம் இங்கே அதை இம்போர்ட் பண்ணோன்னே நம்ம இருக்கிற ஹீட் அண்ட் ஹியூமிடிட்டியில் அது சரியாக வேலை பண்ணுறதில்ல. ஸோ அதனால் நம்ம வந்து லோக்கலி ஒரு அடாப்டட் டெக்னாலஜிஸ் அதை இங்கேயே நம்ம ரெடி பண்ணோம்னா இன்னும் நல்லாயிருக்கும். ஸோ இந்த டிபார்ட்மெண்ட் ஆக்சுவலாக ரொம்ப வருஷமாக அவங்க நல்ல வேலை பண்ணிகிட்ருக்காங்க. they have invented lot of technologies, நிறையா பேட்டன்ட்ஸ் இருக்குது. அதில் ஒரு 10-15 டெக்னாலஜிஸ் ஆல்ரெடி கமர்ஷியலைஸ் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. இப்போ வர காலத்தில் சேலஞ்சஸ் எதுக்கு நம்ம புது டெக்னாலஜிஸ் வேணும் அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்களான்னா, ஃபஸ்ட்டு வந்து கண்டிப்பாக லைஃப் எக்ஸ்பெக்டன்சி நம்மளுக்கு அதிகமாக ஆகிட்டே இருக்குது. நம்ம ஏஜிங் ஆகிற டைமில் நிறையா அசிஸ்டிவ் டிவைசஸ் தேவைப்படுறது. ஸ்பெக்டிக்கல்ஸ், ஹியரிங் எய்ட், வீல் சேர், வாக்கிங் கேன். உலகத்திலே பார்த்தோம்னா ஒரு 2 பில்லியன் பீப்புளுக்கு இந்த மாதிரி அசிஸ்டிவ் டெக்னாலஜி தேவைப்படுறது. பட் அதோட டிமாண்ட் அவ்வளவு அதிகமாக இருந்தாலும் ஆக்சுவலாக சப்ளை ரொம்ப ரொம்ப கம்மி. 10% நீட்ஸ் கூட அதை மீட் பண்ண முடியல இப்போது. ஸோ அதில் வந்து இந்தியா ஒரு லீட் எடுக்கலாம். அசிஸ்டிவ் டெக்னாலஜிஸ், ரீஹாபிலிட்டேஷன், ஃபிசியோதெரப்பிக்கு வேணுங்கிற எக்விப்மெண்ட்ஸ் அண்ட் ஏஜிங்க்கு வேணுங்கிற நீட்ஸ் எல்லாமே நம்ம அதில் ஒரு அஃபோர்டபுள் டெக்னாலஜிஸ் டெவலப் பண்ணி மீட் பண்ணலாம். ரெண்டாவது பெரிய சேலஞ்ச் இப்போது நம்ம ஃபேஸ் பண்ணுறது கிளைமேட் சேஞ்ச்னால இருக்கிற வந்து ஹீட், ஃப்ளட்டிங் அண்ட் ஹவுசிங் ரிலேட்டட் நீட்ஸ். நம்ம எப்படி ஒரு கம்ஃபர்டபுளாக நம்ம பாடிக்கு வேணுங்கிற டெம்பரேச்சர் அண்ட் கிளைமேட்டிக் கண்டிஷன்ஸ் எப்படி நம்ம மெயின்டைன் பண்ண முடியும். வர வர நம்ம கிளைமேட் ரொம்ப அன்பிரடிக்டபுளாக ஆகிட்டு வருது. ஒரு நாள் ஹீட் வேவ் இருக்குது, அடுத்த நாள் ஃப்ளட்டிங் வருது. ஸோ அதுக்கு அதை ஆன்டிசிபேட் பண்ணி அதுக்கான டெக்னாலஜிஸை வந்து ஒரு கூலிங் டிவைசஸ் யூஸ் பண்ணுற மாதிரி போத் ஹெல்த் ஃபெசிலிட்டிலையும் சரி, வீட்டுக்கும் சரி. அண்ட் மூணாவது ஏரியா வந்து என்வாயரன்மெண்டல் சேலஞ்சஸ், பொல்யூஷன், ஏர் பொல்யூஷன், வாட்டர் பொல்யூஷன். அதை வந்து நம்ம வீட்டிலேயே வச்சு நம்ம எப்படி நம்ம ஏரை பியூரிஃபை பண்ண முடியும், எப்படி நம்ம வந்து வாட்டர், க்ளீன் வாட்டர் நம்ம குடிக்கிற தண்ணி மாற்ற முடியும். இந்த மாதிரி சேலஞ்சஸ் வந்து சொசைட்டல் சேலஞ்சஸ் அதிகமாகிட்டே போகிறது. ஸோ ஐ திங்க் இந்த டிபார்ட்மெண்ட்டை இன்றைக்கி இனாக்ரேட் பண்ணது ரொம்ப ஒரு டைம்லி ஒரு விஷயம். அண்ட் ஐ ஹோப் தட் Tamil Nadu will become the leader actually in biomedical engineering and providing solutions which are needed for society. I wish the department all the best.
ஜிகா வைரஸ்
$60 seats, undergraduate 60 seats, postgraduate we have 36 seats.
இப்போ பார்த்தோம்னா நிறைய வைரல் இன்ஃபெக்ஷன்ஸை பற்றி நியூஸில் அடிக்கடி வந்துட்டுருக்கு. ஜீகா வைரஸ் 2016 நம்மளுக்கு தெரியும் இந்தியாவில் அதை சர்க்குலேட் பண்ணுறது அப்படின்னு. இது வரைக்கும் அந்த ரொம்ப சீரியஸான எஃபெக்ட் கண்டுபிடிக்கலை. பட் இப்போ ரீசெண்டாக பூனேல ஒரு பேஷண்ட்டுக்கு ஜீகா வைரஸ் வந்தப்பறம் பிரெயின் ஃபீவர் மாதிரி என்கெஃபலைட்டிஸ் வந்துட்டு அவங்க ரொம்ப ஒரு சீரியஸான கண்டிஷனில் இருக்காங்க. அதே நேரத்தில் நம்ம திருப்பி ஒரு நீப்பா வைரஸ் கேஸ் கேரளாவில் கோழிக்கோடு மாவட்டத்தில் பார்த்துருக்கோம். அதே மாதிரி குஜராத்தில் சந்திப்புரா வைரஸ் அப்படின்னு இன்னொரு வைரல் இன்ஃபெக்ஷன். இது எல்லாமே ஜூனாட்டிக் இன்ஃபெக்ஷன்ஸ். அதாவது அனிமல் ஸ்பீஷீஸ் ஒரு மிருகத்திலேருந்து either டைரெக்ட்லி ஒரு இன்டைரக்ட்லி நம்மளுக்கு சேருது. ஸோ போக போக நம்ம அந்த ஒன் ஹெல்த் அப்ரோச் அப்படின்னு அதுக்கு நிறையா இம்பார்ட்டன்ஸ் கொடுக்குறோம்னா நம்ம ஹியூமன் டிசீஸை அதை நம்ம தடுக்கணும், கண்ட்ரோல் பண்ணோம்னா நம்ம அனிமல் கிங்டம் மிருகங்களில் இருக்கிற நோய்கள் அதையும் ஒரு நல்ல ஒரு சர்வேலன்ஸ் சிஸ்டம், அதுக்கான வேண்டிய வேக்சின் டெவலப்மெண்ட் அதிலும் இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் ஆராய்ச்சி செய்ய வேண்டியிருக்கும். அது எல்லாமே நம்ம சேர்ந்து பார்க்கும்போது என்வாயரன்மெண்டல் ஹெல்த், அனிமல் ஹெல்த், ஃபிஷரிஸ் as well as ஹியூமன் ஹெல்த் சேர்ந்து அதுக்கு ஒன் ஹெல்த் அப்படின்னு அதுக்கு ஒரு ஒன் ஹெல்த் மிஷன் கவர்மெண்ட் ஆஃப் இந்தியாவிலேருந்து லான்ச் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. எல்லா ஸ்டேட்ஸுக்கும் இப்போ அதை எடுத்துகிட்டு சீக்கிரமாக அது ஒரு ப்ரோக்ராம் டெவலப் பண்ணுறது அது ரொம்ப முக்கியமான ஒரு காரியம். தேங்க்யூ.